What used to be homes this morning now just scattered debris, barely recognizable after an intense storm and tornado outbreak hit parts of Mississippi and Alabama Friday night.
We lost everything, but we got our life.
This ain't good, we're in it. We are in the tornado right now.
Wesley Jackson took this video as he drove through the tornado, then captured some of the devastation left in its wake. The storm leaving a path of destruction stretching more than 90 miles. The small towns of Silver City and Rolling Fork, Mississippi, both decimated. The National Weather Service confirming it was a powerful EF4 tornado.
They were saying that the tornado was coming through Silver City. They were telling you to take cover, but it happened so fast. A lot of people didn't get a chance to take cover.
9-year-old Derek Brady Jr. hid with his mother, 7-year-old sister, and other family members in a bathtub as a tornado destroyed their home in Rolling Fork.
I kind of felt like the tornado just pushing me and pulling. I don't know what happened. The tornado just ran around the house and just tore it down.
Tragically, not everyone survived. 56-year-old grandmother Mary Barfield Bush is among those killed. Her niece telling ABC News Mary was a sweet and caring soul with a beautiful smile that lit up the room. ABC's Rob Marciano was in Rolling Fork as the sun came up.
Now that the sun is getting higher in the sky, you're getting a real sense for just how much this town has been leveled. Some of these buildings you can't even make out. This is some sort of industrial building, completely flat.
Mississippi's Governor Tate Reeves has issued a state of emergency for all of the counties affected by the storms, and President Biden promising the federal government will help. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Jackson, Mississippi.
Before we start here, I want to send prayers to all the folks of Mississippi and Alabama impacted by the tornadoes there. They came in the middle of the night. It was pitch black out and frightening for all the people who went through it, hunkering down their homes and just praying they didn't get swept away. I know the state of Mississippi is used to tornadoes. They have dozens each year coming through, but this time it was more deadly and left a path of destruction that's worse than usual. As of now, a couple of dozen were taken away from this tornado, and a lot of people misplaced after their homes were completely destroyed, property destroyed, businesses destroyed, schools destroyed. It's just sad. One family in Mississippi was also rocked this weekend. It was Saturday morning. A husband and father of 4 was taken away from his kids. And no, it wasn't from the tornado. He survived many tornadoes in his 28 years of life. You may be wondering, well, what took him out? It was this Tasmanian devil right here, his wife, 28-year-old Khadijah Brown. People always go to Facebook telling all their business, and usually I have a problem with that. I tell people to keep your business off of Facebook. You know what? I think our brothers and Tones from North Carolina and their aunties can tell you better than I can. Shout out to the Tones and the good folks of North Carolina. And yeah, I would normally say keep your business off Facebook, but this is one case where I'm glad the camera was rolling, and I'll explain why a little later. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. If you're watching from Mississippi, let me know below. So the local news is reporting that a Mississippi woman is behind bars after she deleted her husband on Facebook Live. The Lowndes County Sheriffs said deputies responded to a DV call on Saturday morning on the 500 block of Green Tea Drive. They arrested 28-year-old Khadijah Michelle Brown after she took her husband's life. Authorities said 28-year-old Jeremy Brown was DOA, and they found the cause was a single gunshot wound. This couple got into an argument that turned physical. The incident was captured on Facebook Live. A 9mm handgun and other physical evidence was recovered from the home, and Khadijah was taken to jail without incident, transported to the Lowndes County Adult Detention Center. The county sheriff said, quote, "This was a tragic and senseless murder, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of the victim. Fortunately, Brown is in custody, and we look forward to the criminal justice system holding her accountable." In the Facebook video, the husband was confronted by his wife and her mother. It was early in the morning, and he was preparing to go to work. Khadijah was complaining that he was not cooking the kids breakfast.
Yeah, people want to have something to say, but he ain't here with his kids. He ain't helping. He left at 6:06 to go be with his mama. To be on his mama kid instead of over here trying to cook something to eat. Instead of trying to. Why is there got to be a question about do I need to cook for the kids? Why is there a question? And he don't never have to question. He don't want to question everybody's loyalty. But where is his loyalty at? I ain't saying no damn loyalty. But he want to talk about me when I am not doing. He want to talk about me when I'm not doing. He want to talk about unnecessary. Talk about unnecessary. Then he talking about calling the police. Talk about I'm gonna get my stuff. But you got 4 kids and a wife. It's 7:36. He can't even be. He can't even come here and cook for these kids. He can't even come here and cook for the kids. He got to be at work at 8 o'clock. Nah, matter of fact, he got to be at work at 9. Okay, well he still got time to cook for these kids. And then
her mother was over there at the time, also complaining, telling Jeremy that he should be cooking his kids breakfast because he didn't have to be at work until 9 a.m. Jeremy kept telling his wife he wasn't going to argue with her, and he was packing his clothes because he no longer wanted to be there. Khadijah continued to argue with him and kept antagonizing him. Her mother was doing the same thing. They just kept complaining about him cooking the kids breakfast. The kids all in the next room, and they heard everything. Khadijah and her mother kept arguing with him, and she started putting hands on him. Jeremy kept telling Khadijah to just leave him alone and stop putting her hands on him. He was on the phone with someone the whole time, having them listen so they can hear what was going on, just in case. At one point, he told Khadijah if she did not stop putting hands on him, he was going to get one of his female family members on her. Khadijah kept pushing him around and putting hands on him, so Jeremy told the family member he was on the phone with to send his female family member over. Khadijah's mother was there the whole time, hyping her daughter up and instigating the whole argument. The mother-in-law told him he wasn't going to send anybody over there to do anything. Yes, she was talking crazy too the whole time. Jeremy told Khadijah's mother to get her daughter to make her stop putting hands on him, and at some point the mother did say stop, but it was too late. Khadijah pulled out a gun and took him out right there on site. Then there was a lot of yelling and screaming coming from Khadijah and her mother. The kids ran in there and started yelling and screaming, crying for their dad. One little girl was crying and praying and begging for her daddy to get up. All of this on live. Now you have to see how slick Khadijah was. She told the cops that her mom told him to leave, but he wouldn't, and he was pushing her, totally lying. Anybody could see that video for themselves. You can hear Khadijah antagonizing Jeremy the whole time while he was packing his clothes and preparing to go to work. He kept telling her to leave him alone. At one point, Khadijah said that she was going to take him out. Then she pulled out her gun moments later and did it. I mean, she completely tried to flip the story when the police came, though. She was lying about the part where she told officers that she told him to leave and he wouldn't. The truth is, Jeremy was trying to leave, but she was acting like she did not want him to go, just trying to poke at him and get him to react. Then she was lying, saying that he was pushing her when she was the one putting hands on him. Oh yeah, and here's another lie. She said that it was an accident. Like, how could that be? When she's the one who pulled out the weapon, she told him she was about to use it on him, and then she did it. She followed through with the threat. Think about it. If this woman wasn't on Facebook Live, she could have made up any old lie, and her mother would have covered for her. That's why normally I would say keep your business off Facebook, stop oversharing. But in this case, it's a good thing this moron was on live. I mean, the Facebook video documented the whole situation. That's how she got arrested. She was charged, and hopefully Khadijah will never get out of jail. What's annoying is that the toxic mother-in-law is probably going to end up with all 4 of these kids. Khadijah's mother was over there stirring up all that mess. She's so toxic. Both of them tag teaming him with their loud, disrespectful mouths, calling him all kinds of N-words and B-A-N-word, doing this in front of his kids and on the internet. And then Khadijah's mama was egging it all on. Her mama should really be in jail too. I just can't get over them complaining about him not cooking breakfast. First of all, he's on his way to work. Khadijah should have been the one cooking breakfast anyway. She also shouldn't have had her mother all in their business in the first place, talking to her husband any kind of way. All of this was out of order. What man would want to be with a woman like that? She's disrespecting you, her mom's disrespecting you, and they do this day in and day out in front of your kids? I'm sorry, Khadijah and her mama is out of order. They need to lock her mama up too. It's because of them these kids won't have their father. They started the argument, they initiated the fight, and Khadijah ended it taking Jeremy's life at the same time. Khadijah is toxic just like her mama. We obviously see where she got it from. I feel horrible for the 4 kids who witnessed all of this. Their father is gone, their mother is gone, and all they have is their toxic, manipulative grandmother, who is also responsible for this as well. This woman is evil. This man was being mentally and verbally attacked by Khadijah and her mom. She also came for him physically. Jeremy only wanted to leave the house. He went to his mom's house before to get away from this. You know, women can yell that men are doing this and that to them, and everyone will come out and cover for them. But men, they're just expected to allow women to do whatever to them. And you know, some will say, okay, well, just leave the woman. Well, he was trying to leave her, and this is what she did. She and her mama escalated their argument, and they are both responsible for this. What's so diabolical about this woman is she wanted to ruin him for leaving. So she decided to get on Facebook and put up a screenshot saying that he was cheating on her. Look at this screenshot here. According to Khadijah, this was a DM that he sent to another woman, telling that woman to call him and saying that he was the person who she worked with at National Sales and Lease. That's a furniture store in Columbus. Jeremy was the manager of that store. So she posted the screenshot and said that Jeremy was sleeping with his employees there. From that message though, it appears the woman didn't work there anymore and she didn't respond. He told her to call him, but that wasn't any proof that he had relations with her. It did sound like he was interested, but she took that and posted that on Facebook as if it was proof that he did something. Then she wasn't done with the humiliation. She posted this message here, telling everybody that Jeremy was bisexual. Let's be real though, if she had any evidence of this right here, don't you think she would have posted that instead of some DM to a woman that didn't even respond? Think about that. This woman was trying to destroy him. If she had any evidence whatsoever about him and another man, there's no way she wouldn't have put that up. So yeah, honestly, I don't believe Khadijah. She was obviously trying to ruin this man's reputation because he was trying to get away from her. So she went online to destroy his character. That's the reason why she went live in the first place. And when she was live, she didn't say anything about him cheating or being bisexual. She was reacting to him wanting to leave, go to his mama's house, and her mama was talking about how he should be cooking breakfast for his kids right now before going to work. Meanwhile, she wasn't doing anything. She's supposed to be a content creator. I still don't understand why she wasn't cooking for her own kids. She should have been the one making breakfast for the kids and him before he went to work. Like, what type of mess is this?
Bond is set for the Columbus woman accused of killing her husband on Facebook Live. Khadijah Brown is charged with murder after this Saturday morning shooting at Green Tree Apartments. Lowndes County Sheriff Eddie Hawkins says Brown and her husband, 28-year-old Jeremy Brown, have been arguing most of the night. He tells WCBI the husband was allegedly trying to leave the apartment and defuse the situation before being shot. The entire incident was being played out live on Facebook. Deputies recovered a handgun along with shell casing. Bond for Khadijah Brown is set at $750,000. Coroner Greg Merchant says an autopsy is scheduled for Jeremy Brown. The sheriff says this is an active and ongoing investigation.
Khadijah went before a judge who set her bond at $750,000. Even if all those lies she spewed on Facebook were true, none of that can justify her actions. All because Jeremy wanted to leave, get away from this crazy woman and her toxic mama that was also being an instigator. It's obvious he didn't want to be with her anymore, and then she came for his manhood. We all know that's always the first insult. When black women are mad at black men, they call them gay. Now you have these internet bloggers reporting this story, highlighting cheating and gay when all of that was only said about him because she was angry. There's no proof of any of it. She had no proof of him having relations with anybody, but because she's a woman, She can physically, mentally, and emotionally drag this man and even take his life, and she will still have a defense team of all these folks on the internet who will run with her words like it's Bible and further promote and back whatever narrative the woman told them to run with. These two just got married a year ago in March 2022. He upgraded her ring for their anniversary just a couple of weeks ago. Jeremy wanted to make her an honest woman and not just have her sitting up there with all those babies. He knew it, his family knew that she was crazy and out of order, but he went ahead with it anyway as she was pressuring him to marry her, trying to be a good man to this crazy woman. And when you choose to be with a woman with no femininity, a disrespectful woman, they will always make you pay for it. And then look at this woman's attributes. She posted this previously about herself and thought it was cute. Right here she posted 5 facts about Khadijah. Has no filter, sassy and sarcastic, spends too much money, confidently beautiful, and breaks the rules. Right here she posted, which state do you truly belong in? It was Florida. And then here she wanted to highlight what she was good at. It says you are a strong and independent person who lives by your own rules. You generally don't care what people think, and you're not one to go down without a fight. This is what this woman wanted to highlight about herself. So besides popping her thought pocket while pregnant on TikTok, which I won't show here, and acting like a baby gangster, she classified herself as an independent boss chick with a nasty attitude, a bad attitude, sassy, flip at the mouth, had no filter. How do you marry this? A combative woman, and she bragged about it. She wasn't wife material. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. What do you think about all of this? Special thank you to Lamar. I appreciate you, Lamar, for all of your support, as well as Parlo. Thank you, Parlo, for supporting the channel. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.